Hello students, welcome. Today we want to do Kcse 2024 chemistry preparations, and we are going to start by saying Kcse chemistry has 3 papers. Out of these 3 papers, 2 of them are theory papers and the third one is a practical paper. So we say number 1, chemistry paper 1. The code for chemistry paper 1 is 233/1, and we said it's a theory paper. Then number 2, we're having chemistry paper 2. Its code is 233/2, and it's also another theory paper. So number 3, we're having chemistry paper 3. Its code is 233/3, and it is a practical paper. So today we are going to do the analysis of chemistry paper 1, which it is called, we said, is 233/1. So kindly stay with us until the end of the video. So to start with the analysis of chemistry paper 1, which we said it is called is 233/1, we are going to first of all see the overall Kcse 2024 chemistry paper 1 predictions. So, and we are going to start by first of all knowing the features of chemistry paper 1. Number 1, let's start with duration. So we want to ask ourselves, how long does it take for a chemistry paper 1 to be done? So it takes 2 hours. When we convert it into minutes, we are going to have 120 minutes. Number 2, let us see the total marks. How many marks does chemistry paper 1 has? So it is having 80 marks. So number 3, let us know the total number of questions in the paper. That means the paper 1 chemistry. So it can have a range of 26 questions all the way to 32 questions. So let's see examples. So here we are going to start from 2013 all the way to 2023. So in 2013, the number of questions in that paper was 29 questions. 2014, we were having 30 questions. 2015, we were having 29 questions. 2016, we were having again 29 questions. 2017, we had 28 questions. 2018, we had 28 questions. 2019, we had 29 questions. 2020, we had 28 questions. And 2021, 2022, and 2023, we had 27 questions. So now we are in 2024. We don't know the number of questions that we are going to have it. But to predict, it will be between 26 to 32 questions. So if the questions are from 27 all the way to 30, for example, and the duration that we have in the paper is 120 minutes, the student is supposed to have only 3 minutes to do each question, so that he or she finishes the exam earlier and also even gets some time to go through his work. Like, you are supposed to remain with 15 minutes, not less than 15 minutes, so that you go through your work to see if you have even left out a question unanswered or incomplete. So number 4, let's try to see the number of marks in a question. So a question can have 1 marks. For example, if we go back to the Kcse 2019, this question number 29, which was the last question, had 1 mark. If we recall that question, the students were asked to name an appropriate apparatus that is used to prepare standard solutions in the laboratory. It was having 1 mark. So that means a question can carry 1 mark or 2 marks or 3 marks. For example, if the number of questions that you are given is 27, so most of the questions are going to have 3 marks. It will be only 3 or 2 questions with 2 marks. So the questions are going to have 3 marks because they are going to have in part A, part B, part C, like that. But they are not going to have part D. they're going to have part A, part B, part C. Each part is having 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. It may happen that part B is having Roman 1 and Roman 2. But what they will put here there is half a mark, so that the whole of that part B will be having 1 mark. So what we are saying here is that the number of marks in a question most probably will be 3, some will be 2, and it is very rare for a question to carry 1 marks. Okay, here we are told note. One question may carry 4 marks or 5 marks. Let's say examples. If we go back to the Kcse 2017, question 4 had 4 marks. So remember we said number of marks in a question can be 1, which we said it's very rare, or 2, which we have said some 2 questions or 3 questions or 4 maybe may carry 2 marks, or 3, which we have said most of the questions carry 3 marks. On top of that, we said it may happen that one question may carry 4 marks or 5 marks. In Kcse 2017, question 4 had 4 marks. So let's go back to the Kcse 2017 paper and see that question number 4 to prove that it had 4 marks. So here we are having the Kcse 2017, and this was the chemistry theory paper 1. Let's go to the question 4 that we want. The number of questions it had was 28, and we have seen that. So this is question 1, it's carrying 3 marks. Question 2, it's carrying 2 marks. Question 3, it's carrying 3 marks. So it's having part A, part B, part C. So we want question 4. Question 4 is having part A with 2 marks. Then we're having part B, which is again carrying 2 marks. So 2 plus 2 will give you 4 marks. Next again we are saying Kcse 2019, question 27 had 4 marks. So let's go and see Kcse 2019, that question 27. So this is Kcse 2019, chemistry theory paper 1. So let us see the questions. So first of all, the number of questions here were 29, the way you see. So question number 1 was carrying 3 marks. If you check, part A was having 1 mark, part B was having Roman 1 and Roman 2. Each is having half a mark, half a mark. Part C was having 1 mark. When we add, they will give you 3 marks. That's why we are saying you may see a question with 3 parts, and in those 3 parts, 1 part may have again 2 sections like Roman 1 and Roman 2. So they're going to put there half a mark like that. Let's proceed to question 2. Question 2 is carrying 2 marks. So we don't want this place. We want to go to the last part. That's question 27. Here we're having question number 26. It's carrying 3 marks. Check the paper. It is chemistry paper 1, the year 2019. We proceed to see question 27, and you see the number of marks that it has. So here we're having 1 mark for part A, 2 marks for part B, then 1 mark for part C. So this one will give us a total of 4 marks. So next, let us see Kcse 2021, question 15 had 5 marks. So it is very rare for a question to carry 4 marks or 5 marks. But what we are saying here is it can carry 4 marks or even 5 marks. Let us see Kcse 2021, question number 15, to confirm whether it had 5 marks. So this is Kcse 2021. Remember, Kcse 2021, it has been done March 2022, and this was due to the corona era. So this is chemistry paper 1, and we are going to see that question number 15 that we were talking about. First of all, to start with the number of questions that it had 27 questions. You can prove that. And when you check down here, that's where we are going to have Kcse 2021, the Kenya National Examinations Council, chemistry paper 1. So here we are having question 15. Check the paper. It is the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education 2021, chemistry paper 1. We are in page 11. Question 15, part A is carrying 1 mark. We are going to proceed to part B and part C. This question 15, part A, it's carrying 1 mark. Part B, Roman 1, it's carrying 1 mark. So part B, Roman 2, is carrying 3 marks. So when we add all this, we are going to get 5 marks. So next, number 5, let's see the topics or the areas tested in chemistry paper 1. We're saying all topics from Form 1 to Form 4 may be tested. And in bracket, we're saying entire chemistry syllabus is tested. So here we're having note. We're saying all Form 4 topics may be tested. So here what we're saying is the percentage of all the topics of Form 4 to be tested is 99.5%. So next, let's go to the analysis of the Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. So here we are going to see Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4 work by topic tested on the Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. So we start with Form 1. Form 1 work by topics tested on Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. So we are going to start first of all topic number. So in Form 1 work, we're having 5 chapters, and here next we're having the topic name and the marks that it had in Kcse 2023 paper 1. Topic 1. The name of the topic is called Introduction to Chemistry. In the year Kcse 2023, it had 0 marks. So topic 2, it's called Symbol Classification of Substances. This chapter had 3 marks. So topic 3 is called Acids, Bases, and also Indicators. This topic had 3 marks in the Kcse 2023. Number 4 is the topic Air and Combustion. Air and Combustion had 6 marks in the year 2023. So at least it can be brought back again, but you have to go through the chapter, because remember chemistry paper 1, we are told all the chapters may be tested. So that means you don't know whether they are going to repeat or not. So at least you have to know it. And as a good student, you are supposed to have all the 24 chapters in the chemistry syllabus in your fingertips. You are supposed to know them in details. So topic 5, that's water and hydrogen. It had 0 marks in the Kcse 2023. So this year 2024, we expect it to be tested because it was not there in 2023. So when we add the marks for the Form 1 topics tested in chemistry paper 1 2023, it was 12 marks. That was the total marks for chemistry paper 1 the year 2023 Form 1 work. So here we're having Form 2 work by topic tested on Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. So we have here topic number, topic name, and also the marks in the Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. So the first topic in Form 2 is called Structure of the Atom and the Periodic Table. Topic 2 is called Chemical Families, Pattern and Properties. Chapter 3 is called Structure and Bonding. So these 3 chapters, when we put them together, it is called the Periodic Table topics. So that means when we are dealing with chemistry paper 1, the first question most probably will be from the periodic table topics. For example, Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1, the first question was from the structure and bonding. Students were asked to draw using dots and crosses diagrams to illustrate bonding in nitrogen and also fluorine molecule. So in the year Kcse 2024, it may happen that they can just make question number 1 from the structure of the atom and the periodic table concept, or maybe chemical families, pattern and probability concept, or even they may repeat to the structure and bonding. So what I'm saying is that the students are expected to know the periodic table topics, and even sometimes it will not have one question for that 3 chapters. They may have 2 or 3. So in total, they are going to have a good number of marks. When we check, topic number 1 was having 0 marks, topic number 2 was having 0 mark. Now topic 3, that's structure and bonding, had 5 marks. So in total, the periodic table topics in chemistry paper 1 had 5 marks. So that means 2024, there may be more than 5 marks from these 3 chapters. So you have to know that the concept of a relative atomic mass was not tested in chemistry paper 1 2023. So that means we have 0 marks in chapter 1. So this year 2024, students are supposed to know how to calculate the relative atomic mass. It is mostly tested in chemistry paper 1. So we got to topic 4. It's called the chemistry of salts. It had 6 marks. So topic 5 is called effects of an electric current on substances. It was having 0 mark, the way we have written. But remember, learners, Form 4 chapter 4, that is the electrochemistry and also effect of an electric current on substances, they have similar concepts. So in Kcse 2023, question number 19 was having the concept of this chapter called effect of an electric current on substances, but it was more of electrochemistry. It is marks we have written on the other side of electrochemistry. So what do we mean by that? You have to know that effect of electric current on substances goes with electrochemistry. So that means their concept may be tested together. So chapter 6 is called carbon and its compound. It was having 2 marks. So total marks for Form 2 was 13 marks. 13 marks. What have we said about Form 1? 12 marks. Form 2, 13 marks. We proceed to Form 3. Next, let's proceed to Form 3 work by topic tested on Kcse 2023 Chemistry Paper 1. And here we're having topic number, topic name, and also the number of marks tested in Chemistry Paper 1 2023. Topic 1 is called gas laws. So gas laws had 0 marks in the year Kcse 2023, but Kcse 2024, it must be tested percentage. For it to be tested in the Kcse 2024 is 100%. Remember, the chapter is short. So you have to know Boyle's law on problems or calculation concerning the Boyle's law, the Charles law, the combined gas law, the Graham's law of diffusion, and also the calculations concerning the Graham's law of diffusion. So topic 2 is called the mole. The mole had 8 marks, and every year it is often tested. The chemistry of the mole is a very important topic, because even if the topic itself is not tested, its concept is tested with other topics. So that means you have to know the chemistry of the mole. It had 8 marks, and this year it may have 7 to even 10 marks. So topic 3 is called organic chemistry 1. This year it was having 9 marks. So that means, remember, organic chemistry 2 is a Form 4 topic. And what have we said about Form 4 topics? We said all of them may be tested, or they have higher percentage to be tested, 99.5. All the topics of Form 4 will be tested. So that means we have organic chemistry 1 here with 9 marks and organic chemistry 2 with some marks. So when you add, they may even become something to do with 15 and above marks. So what are we saying here? The students are supposed to know this chapter called Organic Chemistry 1 and as well as Organic Chemistry 2, because organic chemistry is a branch of chemistry. So they have to be tested every year. Topic 4 is the chemistry of nitrogen and its compound. It was having only 1 mark. So there was a question of 25 Students were asked to state one physical properties that would suggest the presence of each of the following gases from a leaking gas cylinder. So, but B was having nitrogen 1 oxide. So, nitrogen 1 oxide is in the topic of nitrogen, its compound. Remember, we also had something to do with ammonia, but the concept was in Form 4, chapter 1, because they were asking to explain why ammonia is a weak base. So this topic was having only 1 marks, but its concept is tested in 2 questions. So what we are saying is that this year 2024 nitrogen and its compound concept will be tested or must be tested because 1 mark is not enough for this chapter. So chapter 5, we are going to go to the chemistry of sulfur and its compound. It was having 4 marks. 4 marks is a good marks, but remember sulfur and its compound is a very long and broad topic. So that means it will be repeated again. So you have to know it. So topic 6 is called chlorine and its compound. It hit 1 mark like nitrogen and its compound because they were having the same question, and in part C they were asking chlorine gas. That means students were supposed to give one physical properties that will suggest the presence of chlorine gas. 1 mark. So that means Kcse 2024, there is a high possibility of the chapter chlorine compound to be tested. So you have to know it. So the total marks from 3 topics was 23 marks. What have we said about Form 1? Form 1 we said 12 marks. Form 2 we said 13 marks. Form 3 here we're having 23 marks. So we are going to go to the Form 4 work. So let's proceed to Form 4 work by topics tested on Kcse 2023 Chemistry Paper 1. So we're having topic number, topic name, and also the marks. So topic 1, it's called Chemistry of Acids, Bases, and Salts. So this chapter had 10 marks. Remember, this is a very important chapter. And this chapter will be again tested in Chemistry Kcse 2024 Paper 1. So students are expected to be familiar with this chapter. This chapter has a lot of sections. Like there's a time that you're supposed to talk about acids and bases. Again, there's a section of salts. Again, there's a section for water hardness, which is tested in Kcse Chemistry Paper 1 most of the time. So topic 2, it's called energy changes in physical and chemical processes. It was having 6 marks. But again, it is a Form 4 topic. It will be tested in the Kcse 2024. So last year, Kcse 2023, there was no concept of bond breaking and bond formation in this chapter. Chemistry Paper 1, that's what I'm talking about. So that means this year 2024, you are supposed to be at least know more about bond breaking and bond formation calculations. Topic 3, we are going to see reaction rates and reversible reactions. It was having 0 marks, but its concept is tested. I've explained that previously. To explain again, there's a question that was having reversible reaction, and the students are told the question is at the state of equilibrium. So they were expected to explain with the reference to the equilibrium why ammonia is a weak base. So to explain with the reference of the equilibrium, so when the student is explaining, he or she must talk about equilibrium. Yeah, so that means the concept is tested, but that question was having only 1 mark. So you will be giving half mark on this concept. So we have written 0 marks. So the other mark or the other half we have given to this chapter called acids, bases, and salts. So let's proceed to topic 4. It's called electrochemistry. Electrochemistry had 3 marks. So we move to topic 5. It is the chemistry of metals. It had 3 marks, and this 3 marks was for the chemistry of zinc metal. So zinc was tested in Kcse 2023 Chemistry Paper 1. So you have to know the other metals. So number 6, that's organic chemistry 2. it had 7 marks. And remember we said organic chemistry 1 had 9 marks. So total organic chemistry had 16 marks. So lastly, topic 7, that is radioactivity, it is having 3 marks. So remember, radioactivity must be tested in Kcse 2024 because 1, it's a form 4 topic, that's number 1. Number 2, radioactivity is not mostly tested in chemistry paper 2, but it is tested. It's not mostly tested. That's what we are saying. So let's see the total marks for form 4 topics in the year Kcse 2023 chemistry paper 1. It was having 32 marks. So that means, remember, we said form 1 had 12 marks, form 2 had 13 marks. So that means form 1 and form 2, when we add 12 plus 13, will give us 25 marks. So form 3 alone is having 23 marks. So what does that mean? That means form 3 alone is having a closer marks to the concept of form 1 and form 2 together. So lastly, form 4 is having 32 marks. And when we're talking about 32 marks, that's a lot of marks. What are we saying in conclusion? So in conclusion, learners, if you want to perform well in chemistry paper 1 in the year Kcse 2024, students are expected to first of all familiar with all the chemistry topics in the entire chemistry syllabus. That is Form 1, Topic 1, Introduction to Chemistry, all the way to Topic 7, Form 4, that is the Chemistry of Radioactivity. Next again, for you to perform well in Chemistry Paper 1, students must be familiar with Form 3 and also Form 4 topics in their fingertips. They have to know it in details, specifically Form 4 chapters, because all of them will be tested. The questions for those topics, they are going to have the maximum number of marks. So that means if a student doesn't know chemistry form 4, that means he or she will be having a lot of problems because he or she will be missing 30 to around 35 marks. So lastly, you are supposed to do a lot of practice papers or practice questions, as many as possible, because for you to do chemistry paper 1, you have to do a lot of practices so that you perform well in chemistry paper 1. So if you need the notes for this lesson or for this prediction, you can get it in the description site, or you can check the first comment. I'm going to put it there. You can download so that you have the copy on your phone. So learners, that's the end of our class today. Thank you for watching.